Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. This is Tony again. I'm here at the Lawazi Hackathon, and here I have one of our participants with me. So tell us about yourself.
So my name is Mudaki. I'm originally from Kenya,
Okay,
but I currently reside in South Africa. I work at TCT
okay,
as a software engineer and informatician.
okay. So you sort of came to South Africa, and now you work as a bioinformatician or software engineer. Is that your background? Is that what you studied at university?
Currently, partly yes, partly
Okay,
no. So my background thing for my undergraduate studies was in molecular biology.
okay,
Studying molecular biology at undergrad level. Then at the master's level, I did an MSc in bioinformatics. But
okay.
software engineering, that's just a hobby that I picked up way from way back. It's just always been interested in computers and making them talk.
Okay, no, I understand. So you come sort of from a more biological background and you sort of transition into a computational environment. And that must have been quite challenging. You have to sort of teach yourself how to code, the syntax. Was that very difficult for you? How did the transition occur for you?
Yeah, so I mean, it becomes, I feel like it becomes easier when you really enjoy it and you really want to do it.
Okay,
Because it's only then that, okay, every challenge, every error that you get becomes sort of an inspiration to kind
like a
of get to
learning
learn.
pathway.
Exactly. So the more, I understood that from earlier on that, I mean, the more errors I get, the more I get to learn. So I was always very happy when I get like encountering errors. It's the first challenge because that's like, that always pushed me to learn something new.
Okay, I mean, as you adequately said, failure is quite information rich. So by failing, you sort of learn and progress.
Yeah.
So you work now as a bioinformatician, which means you analyze a number of, data analysis. Tell us about your, day-to-day work. What are your challenges?
Wow, interesting. So what are the challenges? Are we talking work challenges?
Yeah, so, what type of samples do you work with? What type of pathogen do you work with?
Good. So I tend to do much more of the development work,
Okay.
but the little analysis I get to do is majorly on human samples.
Okay.
Because I work with human data.
Right.
So maybe to just give you a brief snapshot of what I do. Like I'm currently working on the African Genome Variation Database.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is basically bringing together, collecting data from these African researchers all of them, all of the continent, and kind of trying to just centralize it in one space and just make it easily accessible to any researcher who will want to make their inferences from that particular data.
Okay.
Yeah, so now for I think the only analysis that I get to do is trying to at least make that data a little bit usable.
Okay.
Because you have get to have it's me just not getting the data from one place. So
Right.
a lot of people handle their data differently and stuff. So just trying to make that data speak the same language. That is more of the analysis that you get to. And then after once that is done, just develop APIs and ways of accessing that data.
Okay, so essentially you're collecting a whole bunch of population data from the Africa continent, from various different regions, different communities, and as you adequately put, these data are all in different shapes and forms. So it's your role to sort of filter the data, but also clean the data so that it can be stored properly in the database. And then obviously you will run the analysis.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, and then in terms of the downstream analysis, what are some of the challenges that you face?
So downstream, that is once we have the data.
So once you have the data, you have cleaned the data, and now you put the data in the database. What type of analysis do you do? What type of challenges do you come across?
No. So I think once we have the data in the database, I think the only analysis that now I think at that point the only downstream analysis we need to do with it is the aggregation bit of it.
Okay.
Because African data is highly it's,
Diverse.
yeah.
It varies, yeah.
Very, very diverse. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a very good thing, but again, it should be looked at as a double-edged sword because of that high diversity in the data. Like you can easily identify a small community. And if I was someone looking to do harm, then I can target that smaller community. So now to hedge against that, to prevent that from happening, what we tend to do with AGVD, with the African Innovation Database, is to kind of first of all identify the small communities and then get to present their data as a part of a larger cohort.
Okay.
So if let's say we had a small community in South Africa here, we don't present that data as that small community. We present it as the large Southern African region community. It becomes like part of that community, so
Yeah.
larger community, which makes it a little bit difficult for someone to be able to identify, like just reverse engineer and go back to that and identify the community. If I was to, if one was to do harm or something. So that is, this is the final thing, probably the final downstream bit of the analysis you get to do. And after that, you just gets to present the data, allow the researchers to be able to query that.
Okay, so once you have collected the data, you essentially do a statistical analysis to sort of upscale it to represent a larger sort of region. And then in terms of the accessibility of the data, how do researchers or people from other institutions to access this data?
Good. So we have a freely available web interface.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a web app for that, so you can just log on to the website.
Platform,
Yeah.
so you can access the data.
Yeah, exactly. So we have that, and we also have an API for the access as well. Thing for the researchers who are computationally inclined and can run codes and analysis on their own. So
Okay.
we have an API for that.
Right.
And of course, for those who are not computationally inclined, of course, there is the interface, the graphical interface for that.
Okay, and then I guess two more questions. The actual database itself, how well is it funded? And obviously, the second question is more related to the infrastructure. I imagine that you're collecting large sample set from all across the country. There's going to be gigs and terabytes of actual size and power to actually power this platform. How do you solve those issues?
Okay, so well, for the funding, so the database is developed under the AfriGND project.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the African Genomics Data Hub grant, I think, funded by the NIH.
Okay.
For now. So I think as long as the NIH funds us, I think the lights will be on.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and so for the infrastructure, I think we have an in-house infrastructure.
So that's locally hosted at your institution.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, we're not doing cloud, we're not choosing cloud providers, just locally hosting the data.
Okay, so you have enough, CPUs, data storage to actually run and allow other people to also access.
Yeah, so for now, yes, I think for the I think the amount of data we have, I think we can handle that locally.
Okay.
So it's probably projected to grow. I think once more data starts streaming in, then it's projected to grow. Then, so right now we're just trying to think of ways to scale out. I mean, should that happen?
Yeah, the scalability issue.
Yes, so just trying to think about that. We are not yet there yet, but we are
Plan
hoping-
ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
after a while, we need to be able to just plan and say, okay, yeah, it's about time. Like when the users, when our user base grows and our data grows, then it's inevitable we have to scale it.
Okay. As we sort of come to the last bit of this interview, I want to ask you two last questions. So, firstly, you mentioned you obviously came from Kenya to South Africa. That's obviously a huge shift in terms of culture. And obviously, how difficult was that transition? Maybe someone that's listening to this interview from other parts of Africa, they want to look for more opportunity, whether it's careers or just skill sets to grow. Do you have some advice for them?
Yeah. So, I mean, so first thing, it's still an African country.
Okay.
So, I mean, the culture wasn't really that.
Okay.
Because Africa is
Yeah.
how we lead our lives, how we live with each other. Because still
Challenges with leave your family and
you want to a new place, like probably no like extra from scratch.
sure. Yeah.
Really thankful for my colleagues. They were quite welcoming.
Sure.
Everyone just welcoming. They really helped me like just ease in and settle in. Like so, for me, it wasn't really much of a rough transition.
Okay.
It wasn't much of a rough transition, a seamless transition. But yeah, other than that, like, it's perfect. It's a good place. Quite number of opportunities here.
Okay.
Yeah, if you happen to get an opportunity, then it's just
You have to take it.
Yeah, just you never know. Like, you never know. Maybe you were meant to be things just.
Yeah. So I mean, if you are in a developing country and you sort of get the opportunity to apply for a position in a developed country, it's although you have to leave your family and friends behind, and which that opportunity will give you the next step to elevate yourself, and obviously it's worthy of risk for you, as you said, to take that and come to this place and grow yourself, whether it's skill or career wise. It's really admirable. And then I guess the last question I have for you is, you come from someone that you've been exposed to science at a quite a young age, I assume. And obviously, you studied more biology aspect in undergrad. You don't really get a high school education on bioinformatics, or you only get computational biology when you get to honors and master's level. So, as someone, or the next generation of young scientists, what are your advice for them?
I mean, it's true though, like for bioinformatics, like training, I mean, personally, where I come from, like they don't teach that at
School level, there's no exposure.
yeah, like they don't teach that at the high school level, even at the undergraduate level. Like you won't find a course like in bioinformatics, physical bioinformatics.
Okay.
You only get to find those at the master's level.
Postgraduate.
It can be quite of
Daunting.
exactly because some of these foundation in informatics, some of the foundations like you need to have them like earlier on.
If you don't know how to code, you gotta learn all of that.
Exactly. I mean, the good thing with I think what probably helped me is that I think I mean, I had like the biology training, then again like out of curiosity, from early on I just started picking up the computer programming.
Okay.
So for me it was a little bit easier when my lecturer like picked up on that. Okay, so you seem to be good at programming, and here I am teaching you.
Okay.
So then kind of just asked, I mean, have you had any mathematics? Okay, what is that? Okay, just try to explain it to me. Kind of really instantly piqued my interest. Okay, that is something that I would love to try out and something. But that was then, like, I mean, those times we didn't have AI and stuff. I feel like right now, I think learning is about to get a little bit easier. Like, I mean, get some. I think at this particular point in time, you can be able to access like high quality learning resources, like from anywhere, like say from anywhere, like with internet, like very high quality learning resources. So if you just keen and I mean, it's something that you want to, there's something you want to learn and pursue, like you can really do that from a very
Young age, because you have access to the internet, there is a dissemination of knowledge. So it's much easier for young people to get exposed to that earlier on.
yes. So I think for advice for them is make the internet your friend. I mean, say it's again, it's a double-edged sword depending on how you use it. So it
Yeah.
can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
So if you use it well, it will definitely make you. If you use it wrongly, then it will most definitely break you as well.
No, I agree with you 100%. There's vast amount of knowledge and opportunity out there, but you have to be the one to put yourself out there to actually learn it. No, I understand. No, it's very nice talking to you. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.